Hey, it's Aunt Beck, and today I'm going to show you 6 different ways to pipe some pumpkins for your Halloween and fall cakes. This paint is Valspar, and it's called Autumn Blaze. That's what I'm using for this beautiful, bright, fiery orange color. And I'm going to add that to my spackling, which is not something I normally do. I don't always do this, but I did add the paint first before I'm going to pipe the pumpkins. But as you can see, the color is not as bright as it is in the paint container. It really gets a lot lighter. I'm also using an old food storage container. You got to keep that from your to-go food to put your paint and your spackle in. Okay, so I have a star tip. I'm going to put all the tip numbers in the description. And this is a large star tip, large enough to decorate the top of a cupcake. I have a very flat piece of styrofoam that I already spackled, and the spackle is dry, and I'm decorating on that. So you just squeeze straight up and down to make that pumpkin, and hopefully your buttercream, this can be used on actual cakes with buttercream, or your spackle, hopefully it's stiff enough, because sometimes the spackle comes in loose or your buttercream might be loose, and you need a nice sturdy icing to get some 3D pumpkins looking nice and plump on top of your cake. So here's another tip. It's basically the same tip, it's just a little smaller. And you can make your pumpkins as long and lean and tall as you want to, or short and wide. And you just pull straight up and down, and I sort of curl at the top of the pumpkin. You can see I make a round motion, so that way you don't have that buttercream or spackling spike sticking up. These are very three-dimensional pumpkins. This is a teeny tiny star tip, and I have my spackling. It is Old Town is the name of the color that I use of the paint, and this is the same color I use for gingerbread cakes. Old Town. So I added the paint to the spackle, and I don't know if you can tell on this video, but it is kind of like a little bit mushy, and that's why I tend to not add paint to my spackle too much, because it makes the spackling too soft. And so I added little stems on top, and now you got yourself like a mini cute little pumpkin patch, and you can get as big or as small as you want with those star tips, and make a whole parade of pumpkins all over your cupcakes or your cakes or whatever you want to put them on. That's my leaf tip. I actually did use an apple barrel paint for that one. And you can wiggle your leaf tip as you're moving it out to give it some more ridges, like a little bit more details, or you're just gonna pull it straight and make a tiny little leaf. So there's 2 different ways to make a leaf, whether you wiggle it or you just pull it out straight. These pumpkins are like perfect for the top of a cake. They look great on the top of a cake, like even maybe like the rim around the outside of a cake would be really cute. And then you can put some writing on the inside. Now I have a straight round tip. And I'm using my Autumn Blaze again. And I have this cherry. It's a cherry. It's upside down. I pulled off the stem and I hot glued it to my foam board. And I'm going to make a pumpkin out of this. So I always like to pipe on wet paint. So I am painting a very little thin coat of the orange on top of the cherry. If you were making a real cake, you could probably do a little small ball of fondant instead of this plastic cherry. Okay, so now I'm just going to pipe up the sides of the cherry to make myself a sturdy little pumpkin. Okay, so when you get all of that piped, then if you want to flatten up the top a little bit, I always keep toothpicks right by my side. They come in very handy for little things. Like if you get a little piece of like random sprinkle on a cake, if you got your toothpick there, you could just pluck it right off really easily. So, I straighten out icing with them all the time, so it's a must for me. And then I added the stem and a leaf. So that is a cherry turned into a pumpkin, and very three-dimensional, very sturdy. As long as it's glued to your fake cake, and after that spackling dry, it'll be nice and sturdy. The ones that I just piped on will take a lot more time to dry because the center is going to have to dry. Okay, so I have another straight tip, and now I'm going to show you how to do some flat pumpkins. So these look really cute on a sheet cake, or on the sides of a round cake. I just start off outlining the pumpkin, and then I just fill it in. Starting from the bottom to the top, and then you get your ridges like real pumpkins have. I'm going to do it again. You just start out with the outline, and you start from the bottom, pull to the top, and you fill it in. Now I have a little spatula, my tiny offset spatula, and another must-have for decorating. And I'm going to use the same round tip, and I'm going to do another pumpkin. This time I'm just going to fill it in by going in a circle And then I'm going to smooth it out. So if you don't want any lines on your pumpkins at all, that's how you do that. I got my toothpick again, and this is, if you don't want it completely flat, you can make some little detailed lines with a toothpick. There are so many ways frosting or spackling can be manipulated just the way you want it to get that specific look that you would like. I'm using my Old Town speckling to make the stems again. And I'm going to leave that first pumpkin that I piped flat, I'm gonna leave that plain. So if you just want some nice plain pumpkins, you can do it like that, or you can add some cute little faces and make them look like jack-o'-lanterns. So I have a white bag with a straight tip in it, and I'm gonna make a little character out of this guy. I have some black spackling, and I put it in a bag with no tip at all. I cut a tiny little hole, and I'm gonna make some teeny tiny little eyeballs and a sweet little mouth. And this one doesn't even need a nose. He's just cute like that. I can even add some little eyelashes, or you can add eyebrows. You can add a nose if you want to add a nose. So that's my sweet little cutie pumpkin. And this one, I'm just gonna do all black. This will be more like a traditional kind of jack-o'-lantern. I'm gonna make some upside down smiley eyes. Like he's really smiling or laughing. Something's very amusing. I'm gonna add some eyes, traditional triangle nose. And a sweet little smile. And there he is. Little cutie. Couple little cute pumpkin faces for you. So I hope you like that. I'm adding some leaves as that last touch. And there you have 6 different ways to make a pumpkin, but the ideas are limitless. So I really hope you like those, and please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel so I can keep making more videos. Because if you guys don't like the videos, then I don't know what to make. If I don't get any feedback from you guys, then I really just don't know what to make. So hopefully you like this. Please let me know, and have a happy Halloween.